Hello, y'all. Today on Kafi Chat, we are talking about true gratitude and the things that we take for granted. So, what prompted me to talk about this Kafi Chat was because I was having a very spiritual experience the other day. And literally, I just felt really good, in my body, I physically felt good. And I don't get to feel like that a lot because of a condition that I have, right? And so I was just thinking about how we take advantage of for example, feeling good in our bodies. We take advantage of the fact that our bodies work well all the time. You know what I'm saying? That we're not in chronic pain. Because literally I was just sitting there and I was like, I haven't felt like this since I was a kid, and that's crazy, because we don't even think about stuff like that. We don't even think about the fact that, oh, I need to take advantage of the fact that my body feels good right now, because my body might not always feel good and it might not be my fault, So that's the theme of today's Kafi Chat. We're going to talk about gratitude and things that we take for granted. And so what's the importance of gratitude, right? Gratitude helps you have a happier attitude on life. Literally, sometimes I will just sit in gratitude, and by sitting in gratitude, I mean I'll be saying thank you, Lord, thank you, God, just over and over and over again, just really feeling it in my chest, just really being appreciative of the things that I have, you know what I'm saying, whether they're material things or whether it's spiritual knowledge, you know what I'm saying, or like I said, whether it is a day that I feel really good in my body, right? Even today, I wasn't really feeling the best. And I realized, I had a couple of good days last week, and I took advantage of them, thank God. But now, you know what I'm saying, my health is kind of going back down again, and that's kind of discouraging. But I'm still grateful for the fact that I'm even able to still experience good days having a chronic illness, because sometimes people don't even get that, And so it's really just acknowledging the things that, the luxuries that you have in your life, literally, I'm just there are just so many things that I wrote down in this Kafi Chat note about things that people take for granted. But I don't even want to talk about that, because it's there are just so many things. There are infinite things that people take for granted. Like I said, your health. A lot of people don't even think about their health. A lot of people don't even think about, for example, veganism, right? Being able to go vegan is a luxury, you feel me? And people don't look at it like that. They're like, oh, well, it's just a few minor inconveniences. Everybody can't eat like that because of their health, you feel me? And they'd be like, oh, well, it's actually healthier to eat vegan. I'm like, are you my doctor? Are you a licensed professional? You're sitting up here telling me that, it's healthier for me, for example, just as an example, to be vegan when, you know what I'm saying, my body literally doesn't cooperate with that kind of lifestyle, And it gives you, forgetting to be grateful for the things in your life gives you kind of an attitude of arrogance, oh, why can't everybody live like this? Living like this is easy. No, living like that is not easy. Living like that is a luxury. You are able to, and so you do, but you don't think about the people who are not able to. I remember even before, I was opened up to this lifestyle with my own health issues. My mom has been disabled for my entire life, and people don't think about the luxury of being able to run, right? My mom can't run at all, you know what I'm saying? No matter how hard she tries, she tries really hard, she works on it, but she can't run. People don't think about, you know what I'm saying, if there's an emergency, if there's danger, my mom can't run. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to come help her. For example, that's a luxury that we take for granted. That's something that we don't often give gratitude for. The ability to use every function of your body without impairment. You feel me? It's just so many things. Like I said, I was going to get into some of the things, but there are just so many things that people take for granted. And so what I encourage you to do is to think about the things in your life that you take for granted, even the smallest things, the things that you don't think about, right? All 10 toes, all 10 fingers, right? The ability to hear, if you have all 5 of your senses, some people can't smell, some people can't taste, for like the rest of their life. Can you sorry y'all, my connection was poor. That made me mad. But yeah, like being able to breathe, right? Some people have to be on the oxygen, you know? Like, so it's just like there are just so many things, you know? And I think I was really called to talk about this in Kafi Chat because a lot of spiritual people can gaslight people into thinking they're not doing enough. You feel me? Let me put it to you like this. So like, for example, like I was talking about with veganism, like a lot of quote unquote spiritual people be like, oh, like you're not really spiritual if you're not vegan because like you have to care about the earth and da 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 and da da da. It's like, okay, like, do you know anything about environmental racism? Like, if anything, as a quote unquote spiritual person, that's what you should be trying to fight against. You should be trying to fight against environmental racism so that, you know what I'm saying, everybody can have the luxury to eat vegan if they want to, because that's a huge barrier. You feel me? If you live in a food desert and the only fucking fruit and vegetables you got near your house is, for example, by my old house in Detroit, it was Greenfield Market. I'm not finna eat them nasty ass tomatoes at Greenfield Market. Like, and then what's closer, Meyer? All the GMO vegetables, you feel me? Like, it's just stuff like that people don't think about. Like, being able to eat healthy is a luxury, you feel me? And like I said, sometimes it's even like health barriers that prevent you. So imagine, you feel me, you live in a food desert, you already can't get fresh fruits and vegetables, but then, you feel me, you try to go vegan and then your body is not receiving the quote unquote proper nutrients, or your body can't handle that light of a diet, and so you get sick, you feel me? And then it goes into a whole thing where it's like you can't go to the doctor because, let's be realistic, the healthcare system in America is fucked up. So, you feel me? It's just like a downward progressing spiral that like people don't really think about. And this kind of goes back to that coffee chat that I did last week about meditation, because if a lot more people like self-reflected and realized all the things they have to be grateful for, there would be like a lot less arrogance and a lot of people, you know, less stuck in their ass. I'll just say it like that. Less stuck in their ass about, you know, the things they have and the luxuries that they're afforded, you know. So how can you practice gratitude in your everyday life? I don't want to be cliche, but I'm just going to talk about the things that I do in my life, you know, to just practice gratefulness, to practice gratitude, to let God know, you know what I'm saying, I am very grateful for what I have, you know, and there are things for me to focus on, you know, that, you know, bother me or irritate me, or things that I want, but that doesn't mean that in the meantime, I can't be happy for the things that I do have. And ultimately, like I said, that just changes your whole attitude and your whole outlook on life, right? It's like, damn, I do have some things to be happy for, you know, despite all of this bullshit. And I'm not even saying that from a place of like arrogance either, because I understand like life is very hard. A lot of y'all know like I have struggled with depression and anxiety, and I still do, you feel me? So I'm not even saying that as in like like put on a smile and be happy, you feel me? If anything, especially if you're a person that has like depression and anxiety, it's kind of like a band-aid, you feel me? Like it's still gonna hurt, but in my opinion, this is what I do to like make it hurt less, I guess, so to speak. But yeah, like what really helps me is like when I'm meditating, sometimes like I will be sitting in prayer and like I will just feel the overwhelming need to just say thank you, just like over and over and over again out loud, and just really feeling it and feeling how it feels, you know what I'm saying, to be grateful, to be saying thank you out loud into the atmosphere. I don't really know how to describe it. You would have to try it. Like, you would really have to try it, because like it's just such a it's such an amazing experience, you know, just saying thank you over and over and over. Another thing that I do is, and I've had so much trouble with this, accepting yourself just as you are, right? Not feeling like you need anything else, or that you need to be anything else, that you're fine where you are right now, right? In this very moment, you feel me? Regardless of how quote unquote fucked up you are, or, you know what I'm saying, the things you need to work on, the things I'm gonna have to fix my connection, y'all. But regardless of the things that you need to change, regardless of the things you need to work on, the things you need to do, like you are just enough right here with yourself, you know what I'm saying? you don't have to overcompensate or go above and beyond, because like you're enough right here. That, like I said, that was a lot for me. I remember I was listening to this one track by Deepak Chopra. I'm sorry if that's not how you say his name, but I'll put a link to the song that I was listening to in the description. I was doing yoga, you feel me, and I just listened to this one song. It's like the ABCs of meditation or some shit. I don't even know. It's like an ABC thing, you feel me? He has like meditation affirmations for every letter of the alphabet. And the very first song is called like Acceptance. And he's like, today I accept myself like just as I am. Like I love myself just as I am. And like I broke down crying literally, because I was like, I literally don't. You feel me? Like, and why don't I? What is so wrong with me to the point where I feel like I can't accept myself just as I am right here, that I can't be grateful for the life that God gave me and for the way that I'm able to live it, you know? Because I would even go as far as to say living is a luxury. Living itself is something to be grateful for because of all the things that we get to experience, whether it's negative or positive or in between. Like, experiences are also, you know, something to be grateful for, because every single one has a lesson. And if you really capitalize on that energy, you can just grow and learn and expand with every single thing that you ever come across in your life, right? You just have to kind of like tweak your mind or to see it like that, you feel me? You gotta have a paradigm shift. Like, what can I learn from this? Like, how can I grow from this, you know? And even if you can't think of anything in particular right then and there, I often find that, you know, over time things do reveal themselves, you know. It may be that one thing that happened years ago that you thought didn't matter, and then, you know, something else happens and it clicks and you're like, oh, that's what that thing was for. Like, it's stuff like that. Everything is connected, and, you know, it's just really important to just be like, hey, you know, no matter what's going on, no matter like the fuck ups I made, you know, the mistakes I made, I can learn from them, you know, and I can still be grateful for them even if they are shitty things, you know. But yeah, so how else do I practice gratitude? So like, I'll just like sit in my room. Sitting in my room is so, it's just like, I have to have like a good place to like sit and just like observe, because that really helps me with my meditation process, like, and being grateful, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even have to necessarily be a space of like, quote unquote, my things, but like, I just need a space to like go and sit and be grateful. I find that like having a space set aside, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, in my last week's Kafi Chat, like my little meditation space, you feel me? Having a space to sit aside and just be grateful really helps me with the process, you know? Because when I come and sit here, that's like my automatic thing that I start thinking of now, you know, especially because it's kind of like in the corner of my room and I can like look around, you know, and I can look out the window from here as well and like observe nature and be grateful for nature as well, you know. So observation is another way to be grateful, you know. Like I said, that goes back into that self-awareness piece, because if you're not observant of the things that you have, how can you be grateful for them? Because you don't even know to be grateful for them, right? Like, literally, today I got some plants, right? My plant babies, they're so cute. I got 3 birds of paradise, and I got a little snake plant, you feel me? And I opened them, and they were in great condition, and I could just already tell they were about to not only open up the room, but like, you know, supply me with very crucial oxygen, you know. A lot of people, you know, they may take oxygen for granted, and like I said, some people literally can't breathe, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like oxygen is going to be like, not a hot commodity, but, you know, climate change and things like that are currently happening. So, you know, being able to have plants in your house, you know, to filter out the carbon dioxide is also a luxury, you feel me? Because like I said, I feel like that's about to be real finicky in the coming years, unfortunately. I don't know how that's gonna work, y'all, and that bothers me a lot. Because I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna do about climate change? Maybe that needs to be a Kafi Chat too, because I'm like, I need to talk about that. I'm like, that really bothers me a lot every day. Like, I be thinking about ways that I can, like reuse the things that I have and like just reduce my footprint and stuff like that. Because I'm like, we are going to hell quickly. Like, we're going to hell quickly. But yeah, another way that I practice gratitude is like observing the feelings in my body and like how they make me feel. So say, for example, if my stomach is hurting, just like, my stomach is hurting, like this is really uncomfortable, but this is probably not gonna last forever. And like, I'm grateful for my body's ability to tell me, when there's something wrong or when there's something making me uncomfortable. I think gratefulness and gratitude ultimately just kind of like changes your perspective on life, like I was speaking about earlier. And I think that is the ultimate goal of gratitude. With the knowledge that I have about gratitude in this point in my life, I'm just like, ultimately it just makes you feel better about the things that are happening to you, the things that you can't control, just everything in your life, It just gives you a whole entirely different experience. And also, like, it's really important to be realistic, right? And so this definitely ties into manifestation, because a lot of people will, like a big part of manifestation is like, oh, like I already know it's coming. I already know it's coming. But the problem with that is like people get too caught up in wanting things and not with what they already have. It can be so easy to slip into that pattern of like, oh, I gotta manifest. That's like, why can't you just sit? You feel me? Why can't you just work with what you have? I was talking about that in last week's I can't even talk. I was talking about that in last week's Kafi Chat as well, how like a big theme in my life right now is how can you do more with what you already have? You feel me? So like, I'm getting back into YouTube and I'm getting back into filming and recording and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I gotta get backgrounds, I gotta get lighting, and like, I just gotta get all this stuff. I'm like, wait, no you don't. Like, you were a journalist, you feel me? You went to school for journalism. You have everything that you need right now to record, you feel me? You have like cute, pretty lighting. Like, you are a photographer and a videographer that specializes in like natural lighting. So why don't you work with what you have? Because that's what you already know how to do, right? So, I would encourage you to work with what you have. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you need more, how can you find out how to, work with, like I said, what you already have, the things that you already have going for you. So yeah, just be realistic with your gratitude, be grateful for the big things and the little things as well, because like both are important, and sometimes we can get too caught in either, it's just, gratitude also requires you to like let yourself flow with your thoughts, which is also why I talked about meditation last week, because you feel me, if you don't know how to flow with your thoughts, you don't know how to just like let things be, just let things exist, then like you will have a hard time with practicing gratitude, because practicing gratitude just really requires you to just let things go, like, okay, sometimes I can't have certain things, and that doesn't mean there's anything wrong. That doesn't mean that I'm doing anything wrong. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong in my life. I just can't have that thing right now. But that's okay, because look at everything that I do have. Look at all the opportunities that I do have. And also recognizing that, if God wants you to have it, then you will have it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to stress or worry. You know what I'm saying? You put that intention into the atmosphere, and then, if you are meant to have it, then it will come back around to you, because that is literally how the universe works. Like, especially if you're tapped in with God and you meditate, you know what I'm saying, you're self-aware and you're grateful, you know what I'm saying. A lot of the times, like, the things that we want are coming anyway, but like we just don't want to wait for them, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people also I see on social media and stuff like that, they will be like, oh, like I can manifest instantly. Like, okay, honey, like that's great, you feel me, but that, first of all, that is not everybody's reality, you feel me, and it doesn't have to be everybody's reality, and you don't have to feel bad if the things that you manifest take time to come, because, you feel me, that's also valid, and at the end of the day, like, the things that you manifest, like, If they're for you, like I said, they're going to be for you. Yes, JL, yes. Instant gratification, that's what it is. People want to be instantly gratified. People don't want to wait for the things that they know will make them happy, you know? I'm an Aries, y'all. I love me some instant gratification. I love me some right motherfucking now. So the fact that I'm even coming on live telling y'all to wait for anything is growth. Because having an Aries moon and an Aries Venus, I'm just like, I want everything right now, immediately. But that's literally not realistic. Like, and sometimes it's important to wait. I'll give y'all another example about that. Because this is really, I'm like, this is something that I've always struggled with, for real. So y'all know I'm really growing out this hoe. But yeah, like my plants that I told y'all I just got today, I've been wanting to get more plants because, like, unfortunately, I started off with herbs. And when you're like a new plant owner, you should really start off with like gentle house plants so that you can kind of, you know, get used to taking care of plants before you try to take care of like difficult things like herbs, because herbs are really hard to take care of. Like, you miss one watering or you overwater one time and they're dead. I'm like, damn. Like, damn, that sucks. You feel me? So I'm like, what houseplant should I get? You feel me? So instead of just going out and buying, you know what I'm saying, the first houseplant that comes to mind, like, I did some research on, like, you know, plants that I would really like to grow, but not only that I would like to grow, but that would fit well with, like, you know, my fibromyalgia diagnosis. I'm like, okay, what can I physically afford to take care of? You know, I don't want to have to be watering something every single day or every week even. You know, if I can go a couple of weeks without watering them, you know, that's cool too, you know. And the fact that I was patient and the fact that I took my time to figure out what would be the best set of houseplants for me really paid off, because like I said, the houseplants that I just got are literally beautiful and like they're so easy to take care of. Like, one of my plants, like I said, is a snake plant, and it's literally like water every 2 to 3 weeks. I'm like, I could literally forget to water it and then, you know, just like water it when I literally remember, which at that point would be, you know what I'm saying, 2 to 3 weeks, you know. And so that works really well for me. And I'm blessed that God, you know what I'm saying, gave me those house plants, you know what I'm saying. But would I have even had those particular house plants if I was not patient enough to wait for my blessings? You feel me? You don't need to get everything immediately. Sometimes, you feel me, you can know that you want something and be like, hold on, let me wait because I don't have all the details yet. I don't have all the facts. You feel me? I need to be patient and see not only if this is really what I want, but, you know, not only is this really what I want, but like, I had a train of thought and I lost it. It's like, okay, like, I know that I want this, but like, how do I want it, you know? Like for example, I'll just keep going with the houseplants example just to make it easy on myself. Like, you know, like I said, I need certain things, you know what I'm saying, in my everyday life to easily take care of these houseplants. If I, you know what I'm saying, like I said, just went ahead and bought the, you know, any random houseplants, like, I wouldn't have been able to have the same experience. So, you know, just be mindful of that as well, like when you're manifesting, because sometimes instant gratification, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't work out in your favor, because you get it and you're like, damn, like, this isn't exactly what I wanted. Like, I kind of wanted something different, and like, now that I've, you know what I'm saying, had some time to sit with those thoughts, I do realize that I want something different, you know, and now I have to figure out how to get rid of this thing that I have when I could have just not had it in the first place and just waited for what I really wanted to come and what I really needed to come. Because we don't think about what we really need either, you feel me? Because I'm like, I want herbs. I want a pretty, you know what I'm saying, herb garden. I want to grow lots of fruits and vegetables, but we're not there yet. You feel me? We're not there yet. We're going to be there. And in the meantime, I can just learn how to take care of plants. You know what I'm saying? And just see what works best for me. So, all right, I'm finna get off here. I really encourage y'all to take time to practice gratitude every day and be grateful, because it's so important. And I think that people even take gratitude for granted. You know what I'm saying? Gratitude costs $0.00. It takes about maybe 1 milliliter of your energy. Yes, we like to skip steps. We do like to skip steps. And that goes into instant gratification as well, though, too, because, you know, we're like, well, if we do this right now, then I can go ahead and get it right now. And it's like, no, like sometimes you do need to, like, you know, be patient and like take the proper steps that you need to get, like I said, exactly what you want, instead of, you know, getting half of what you want and then, you know, you're still dissatisfied. And I think that also adds into people being dissatisfied as well. You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, I manifested and like it's not exactly what I want. And it's like, okay, but like you got something, you know what I'm saying? Why are you not happy about the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you're able to attain things? You know what I'm saying? Some people can't hold on to anything, you know what I'm saying, for various reasons, whether it's poverty, you know what I'm saying, whether they're in abusive relationships, etc., etc. Some people just can't hold stuff, you feel me? The fact that you're able to even acquire is a blessing, is a luxury that you should be grateful for. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get off of here. I love y'all, and thank you so much for tuning into Kafi Chat. Like I said, I really, really love being able to come and do these every week. You know, I remember when God was telling me that I need to do Kafi Chat again, I got so excited because I kind of let it go. Like I said, I wasn't really able to keep up with it, but now that I have a lot more free time to myself, I'm like, well, of course I can do Kafi Chat again, and it's very fulfilling, and I get to come talk to you guys about the things that I'm going through in my life, and hopefully help assist you guys in your own journey to finding yourselves and your place in this world, and hopefully giving you guys, you know, more peace and serenity in your life, a lot more validation, a lot more calmness, you know, because we all deserve that, you know. And the fact that I have so much peace and calmness in my life now, as a person who's literally lived a chaotic life since the day I was born, is just, you know, a blessing in itself, something to be grateful for. So I'm glad that I get to share my experiences with y'all and show y'all that it is possible. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't have everything in the whole world, you know. I'm not rich, you know what I'm saying? But like, I have everything that I need, and like, I'm very blessed and grateful that I have everything that I need, because some people don't even have that. I love you too, babe. Look, call me after this. All right, y'all. I love you. I'll see y'all later.